from our first breath to our last. We busy ourselves with all kinds of endeavors. As our journey of life unfolds, do we emerge as a hero or a spectator watching it fly by? What is the measure of a fulfilling existence? Wealth, talent, education, fame, power. All these have their place, but they alone do not capture life's essence. What truly defines our worth? Virtues. It is the virtues we imbibe that will write our legacy. Behold, Swami Narayan Akshardham, an inspirer of such virtues. Within its hallowed grounds, witness a celebration of virtues. A celebration of inspiration. Come, be a part of this monumental occasion. festival of inspirations awaits.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and members of our esteemed community, welcome to this very special event as we celebrate, commemorate, and express our profound and heartfelt gratitude to our great nation, the United States of America. We are here to acknowledge and appreciate the welcoming embrace of this great nation that has allowed BAPS to make it its home and embark on an incredible journey marked by faith, dedication, and service. A journey that has spanned over 5 decades and touched countless lives. America is often referred to as the land of opportunity, a place where people from all walks of life come together to pursue their dreams and ambitions. The foundation of America is built upon the values of liberty, democracy, and religious freedom. These principles have not only allowed BAPS to practice its faith freely, but have also enabled it to contribute to the spiritual, cultural, and social fabric of this nation. Let us begin today's celebration with Stuti, Dhun, and Kirtan.
वर्णि वेश रमणीय दर्शनम् मन्दहास रुचिराननाम्बुजम् पूजितं सुरनरोत्तमेर्मुदा धर्मनन्दनमहं विचिन्तये वन्दे श्री पुरुषोत्तमं च परमम् धामाक्षरं ज्ञानदम् वन्दे प्रागतिभक्तमेव मनघम् ब्रह्मस्वरूपं मुदा वन्दे यज्ञपुरुषदासचरणं श्रीयोगिराजं तथा वन्दे श्रीप्रमुखं महन्त गुणिनम् मोक्षाय भक्त्या સ્વામિનારાયણ સાક્ષાત અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમ સર્વેભ્ય પરમાં શાંતિમ આનંદમ સુખમર્પયેત આનંદમ સુખમર્પયેત આનંદમ સુખમર્પયેત.
સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર મારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર એક દેહના અંગ અમે અમ કથા તણો આશા એક દેહના અંગ અમે અમ કથા તણો આશા સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર इस पगे वागे ने त्या तो मुखड़ू दे ओहकारो इस पगे वागे ने त्या तो मुखड़ू दे ओहकारो आँखो शोधे गावने अने आँखो शोधे गावने अने हाथ करे उपचारो हाथ करे उपचारो अन्य दुखे दुखी थईने सौ आपे छे सहकार अन्य दुखे दुखी थईने सौ आपे छे सहकार संपीलो परिवार અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર हाथ करे कई काम नवूं ने कंठे हार पड़े छे कंठे हार पड़े छे बात सुनी ने बदन तणी कोई मस्तक ने पूजे छे मस्तक ने पूजे छे करे कोक ने मळे कोक ने मा मजा पार करे कोक ने मळे कोक ने मा मजा पार संपीलो परिवार અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો ઝંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર પગ લપસે ત્યાં દોડી દોડી કર સંભાળે બાજી પગ લપસે ત્યાં દોડી દોડી કર સંભાળે બાજી સ્વયં ભલે ને ખડે પડે પણ સ્વયં ભલે ને ખડે પડે પણ ટેકો દે તારાજી મિલાવવા છે ખભે એક જ દ્રઢ નિર્ધાર મિલાવવા છે ખભે ખભા બસ એક જ દ્રઢ નિર્ધાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર આતમ રાજા સૌ પર હુકમ કરે છે સૌ પર હુકમ કરે છે અંગ અંગ રૈયત એની એ વચનો શિરે ધરે છે વચનો શિરે ધરે છે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી આતમ સૌના એક જ સર્વાધાર મહંત સ્વામી આતમ સૌના એક જ સર્વાધાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર એક દેહના અંગ અમે કથા તણો આસાર એક દેહના અંગ કથા તણો આસાર સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર ઓ સંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો જંપીલો પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર અમારો સંપીલો 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 પરિવાર અમારો BAPS પરિવાર.
Just like a tiny seed, the journey of Indian immigrants in America began in a place that welcomed them with open arms. For well over a century, Indian immigrants sowed the seeds of their aspirations in this very soil, nurturing them with hope and determination. They discovered not just a place to reside, but communities that welcomed them with open arms and open hearts. These communities provided a space where Indian American culture could prosper. Families held steadfast to their traditions, their values, and their heritage. This gracious land, respecting the freedom of religion, provided a sanctuary for spirituality to thrive. Religious leaders such as Pramukh Swami Maharaj and Mahant Swami Maharaj inspired the construction of places of worship, providing a haven for individuals to find solace in their faith. And before long, the fruits of this support became evident, shaping the destiny of generations. Today, millions of proud Indian Americans call this land their home. They've become integral threads in the fabric of America, contributing to their communities, embodying the ideals of unity in diversity. Amidst the challenges that dotted their path, prayer and unwavering faith in God and Guru served as a constant guiding light. This faith, coupled with the opportunities in this great nation, transformed the dreams of those early Indian immigrants into a remarkable reality. So today, let's celebrate our journey by extending our heartfelt gratitude to God, to our gurus, and to the communities that empower each and every one of us to reach our highest aspirations.
America has become a cherished home for BAPS. Here, members have found a sense of belonging, unity, and the freedom to practice their faith and cultural traditions. This nation has become a place where BAPS has grown its roots deep and strong since its humble beginnings in the 1970s, when its first mandir, or temple, was established in New York City. Over the years, BAPS in the US has grown from just a handful of devotees to a thriving community of spirituality, cultural heritage, and service. We are honored to be in the presence of a senior Swami of BAPS, Pujya Kothari Bhakti Priya Das Swami, who has witnessed over the last 5 decades the warmth and openness with which America has embraced BAPS. We would kindly request Pujya Kothari Bhakti Priya Das Swami to address the assembly on this special occasion.
Gunatidoksharam Brahma Bhagavan Purushottama Jano Janannidam Satyam Muchyate Bhavabandhana. Sri Swaminarayan Bhagavanani Jai. Shri Akshar Purushottam Maharajani Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Bhagavanani Jai. Ye Siyavar Ramchandra Bhagavanani Jai. Umapati Shankar Bhagavanani Jai. Pramukh Swami Maharajani Jai. Mahant Swami Maharajani Jai. Akshardham Mahosavani Jai. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણના ધામરૂપ સંત અક્ષર બ્રહ્મ ગુણાધ્યાન સ્વામી એમણે એમના ઉપદેશમાં વાત કરતાં કહ્યું છે કે સંપ ત્યાં જંપ, જ્યાં સંપ હોય છે ત્યાં સુખ અને શાંતિ પણ હોય છે. અને એના માટે સ્વામીએ એક દૃષ્ટાંત પણ આપ્યું કે એક રાજા હતા. એ રાજા એણે પોતાના બધા જે સૈનિકો એ બધાને ભેગા કર્યા અને પછી રાજાએ એક તીરનો ભાથો હતો. એ તીરનો ભાથો સૌને બતાવ્યો અને આ તીરનો જે ભાથો છે એને એમ કે બોલાવ્યા, બધા જે શૂરવીર જે સૈનિકો હતા એને બધાને બોલાવ્યા અને કહ્યું કે તમે પ્રયત્ન કરો અને ભાગવા માટે પ્રયત્ન કરો. તો બધા જે શૂરવીર હતા, બાહુબળ ખૂબ હતું, એને ખૂબ શક્તિ હતી, પણ કોઈ એ એમ કે ભાથાને તીરના ભાથાને ભાગી શક્યા નહીં. પછી એમણે એક ફોસી, એટલે કે બહુ એટલો બળ્યો નહીં પણ એમ સામાન્ય હતો એવો સૈનિક એને બોલાવ્યો અને પછી એને તીરના ભાથામાંથી એક તીર કાઢ્યું બહાર અને પછી આપ્યું કે આને તોડ. તો એણે તરત જ તોડી નાખ્યું. ત્યારે એ પ્રસંગ ઉપર એ રાજાએ સૌને સમજાવ્યું કે આ જે બધા તીરનો ભાથો એમાં તીર બધા એકી સાથે હતા, તો આમાંથી શૂરવીરમાં શૂરવીર જે સૈનિક હતો એને પણ આને ભાગી શક્યા નથી. અને એમાંથી એક જુદું કાઢ્યું અને એને એક એમ કે આ ફોસી જેવો હતો એને આપ્યું, તેને તરત તોડી નાખ્યું. એમ એમણે કહ્યું કે તમે બધા આવી રીતે સંપથી જો બધા ભેગા રહેશો તો તમારી સામે ગમે તેવા એવા શક્તિશાળી સૈન્ય આવે તો પણ તમે એને હંફાવી શકશો, એને પાછળ પાડી શકશો. અને જો તમે બધા ભેગા નહીં રહો, સંપ નહીં રાખો, તો તમે બધા તમને બધાને બીજા એ પાછા પાડશે, તમને હરાવી દેશે. તો આ પ્રસંગ ઉપરથી ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામીએ સૌને ભક્તોને પણ એ સમજાવ્યું કે તમે બધા જ ભક્તો, ત્યાગી ભક્તો, ગ્રસ્ત ભક્તો, ભાઈઓ બધા, એમણે કહ્યું કે આ તમે બધા જો આવી રીતે સંપ રાખીને એક સાથે એકબીજાને મળીને તમે રહેશો તો એણે કરી અને તમને બધાને શાંતિ થશે, સુખ થશે, અને તમે તમારા જે બધા અંતઃશત્રુ છે, કામ, ક્રોધ, લોભ, મોહ, આ બધા જે દોષો છે, બધા એ બધા સ્વભાવો છે, એ બધા તમને નડશે નહીં, એટલે તમને કંઈ કરી શકશે નહીં. જો સંપ હશે, એકબીજાની સાથે એકબીજાને મળતા હશો તો આ દોષો પણ તમને કંઈ કરી શકશે નહીં. અને જો તમે સંપ નહીં રાખો, એકબીજાની સાથે મળીને નહીં રહો, તો આ સામાન્ય દોષ હશે એ પણ તમને સત્સંગમાંથી પાછો પાડી દેશે, સત્સંગમાંથી દૂર કરશે. તો આ રીતે આ સંપ એ મોટા આધ્યાત્મિક રીતે પણ આપણને ખૂબ જ ઉપયોગ થાય છે, કારણ કે મોટે ભાગે આપણને આપણા બધા સ્વભાવ દોષ એ નડતા હોય છે, દુઃખી કરતા હોય છે. તો એ દુઃખી ન થવાય એના માટે એકબીજાને હળી મળીએ તો એકબીજાને ટેકો રહે. એકબીજાને ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામીએ એ પણ વાત કરી કે 2 સારા સાધુ, 3 સારા હરિભક્ત, એની સાથે હેત કરવું, જુઈ જોડવું. તો એમાં પણ એક સંપની ભાવના કે એને આવા કોઈ સારા માર્ગદર્શક મળે તો જ્યારે કંઈ એવું કોઈ પ્રસંગ આવે, કંઈ એવા સત્સંગમાંથી પાછા પડેવા હોય, કે એને કંઈ મન દુઃખ થયું હોય, આવું કંઈ થયું હોય, તો એ વખતે એની સાથે જેને સાથે હેત હોય તો એ એને વાત કરે તો એને પેલા બીજા હોય જે સમજુ હોય એને સમજાવે અને એનું દુઃખ જે દૂર કરે અને એને સત્સંગમાં ધડતા રહે અને સત્સંગમાં ટકી રહે. એટલે સત્સંગમાં ટકી રહેવાય એના માટે પણ આવી રીતે સારા માર્ગમાં આપણે ટકી રહીએ એના માટે પણ આવા સારા સંતો, ભક્તો એ બધાનો જો યોગ હોય, એની સાથે હેત હોય તો એકબીજાને મદદરૂપ થવાય. અને એને કારણે આવી રીતે એને લાભ પણ થાય છે. સત્સંગમાં આવે તે પડવાની તૈયારી હોય પણ જો જેને હેત હોય એવા ભક્તો કે સંતો એને સમજાવે તો એ પાછો પડી જાય, અને જે વેગ હોય એ વેગ દૂર થઈ જાય અને એના એમ કે સારી રીતે આગળ એ વધી શકે. એટલે સંપ છે એ દરેક જગ્યાએ, કોઈ પણ જગ્યાએ જોઈએ તો સંપની જરૂર છે, અને સંપ એ આપણે લાભદાયક છે. અને એટલે સંપ એ શક્તિ છે. સંઘે શક્તિ કલૌ યુગે, એ સંઘે કહ્યું છે કે જ્યાં સંપ હોય તો એ સંપમાં હોય ત્યાં ત્યાં શક્તિ પ્રગટ થાય છે. અને આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ કે જેમ દોરડું છે, એ દોરડું એમ કે દોરાઓથી ભેગું કરીને એને દોરડું બનાવવામાં આવે છે. એટલે એક દોરો હોય અને એ દોરાથી કોઈ વસ્તુને આપણે પકડીએ અને ઊંચું કરીએ તો દોરો તૂટી જાય. તો દોરામાં એટલી બધી વ્યક્તિગત શક્તિ નથી, પણ ઘણા બધા દોરા ભેગા કરી અને દોરડું બનાવ્યું હોય અને એ દોરડાથી 5 ટન કે 10 ટન કે એવું મોટું વજનદાર વસ્તુ એ પણ ઉંચકી શકે તો પણ એને કંઈ તો વાંધો આવે નહીં. તો એ શું થયું કે વ્યક્તિગત રીતે દરેકમાં પોતાનો શક્તિ નથી, પરંતુ એ જ્યારે બધા ભેગા થાય છે તો એનામાં શક્તિ પ્રગટ થાય છે. એટલે ભેગા થઈ જાય તો એ ગમે તેવા શક્તિશાળી હોય એને પણ હટાવી દે છે. વળી આવી રીતે સંઘ હોય તો એને કરીને ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે એ પણ દર્શન આપ્યું કે જેમ કૂવા ઉપર દોરડું છે એ આવી રીતે એમ કે જે પથ્થરને એમાં ખાડા પાડી નાખે છે. ગામડાઓમાં બધા પાણી સીતા હોય પંડિયારીઓ, તો એના દોરડાના ઘસારાથી કિનારા ઉપર બધા કાપા પડી ગયા હોય છે. તો શાને કારણે કે આમ તો દોરડું છે એ તો છે તો નબળું, પણ વારે વારે એને સાથે ઘસાત હોતું હોવાને કારણે દોરડું એ પણ પથ્થર એવા કઠણ એવા પથ્થર એમાં ખાડો પાડી શકે છે. એટલે સમૂહમાં આવી રીતે બધા દોરડું જાડું પોતે છે તો એ શક્તિ એમાં પ્રગટ થાય છે અને એના બધાને આ રીતે એમ કે ગમે તેવું કઠણ કામ હોય એ પણ સરળ કરે છે. એટલે આ સંપ જે છે એ ખરેખર અત્યંત જરૂરી છે. વળી ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામીએ આપણને વાતમાં સમજાવ્યું છે કે જો 2 જણ એક સંપેલા હોય અને એકબીજાને બેનો સંપ હોય તો સ્વામીએ કહ્યું કે 2 જણ હોય પણ એ લાખો ને હજારો છે, એટલે કે લાખો ને હજારોની જેટલું કાર્ય એ 2 જણ જો સંપેલા હોય તો કાર્ય કરી શકે છે. અને 500,000 હોય ભેગા હોય પણ એકબીજાને કોઈ સંપ ન હોય તો સ્વામી કહે છે કે ત્યાં એક જ જણ છે એમ સમજવું. તો આવી રીતે સંપ હોય તો કાર્ય થાય છે. એટલે ગુણાધ્યાન સાહેબે ખાસ કટકો રાખ્યો કે દરેક જગ્યાએ વ્યવહાર કાર્યમાં પણ આ બધાને ઘણા બધા પ્રશ્નો થતા હોય તો એ બધા પ્રશ્નોમાં પણ એકબીજાનો સંપ હોય તો કાર્ય થાય છે. કુટુંબમાં પણ આપણે જે જોઈએ છીએ કે જે કુટુંબમાં આવો સંપ હોય છે તો એ કુટુંબમાં અખંડ શાંતિ રહે છે. કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનો પ્રશ્ન થતો હોતો નથી. એ કંઈ પણ પ્રશ્ન થાય તો એમાં એકબીજાને સહકાર આપે, કંઈ ભૂલ થઈ ગઈ હોય તો એને ક્ષમ કરે અને એ રીતે પરસ્પર એકબીજાને સમજણ હોય, એકબીજાનું સાંભળતા હોય, એકબીજાની મર્યાદા રાખતા હોય, એકબીજાનો પ્રત્યે ભાવ હોય તો આ કાર્ય થઈ શકે. નહીંતર તો કે મને કેમ કહ્યું, તું તારું જો ને એવું થઈ જાય. પણ સંપ હોય તો આ રીતે એકબીજાના સમજણથી એ બધાના કાર્યમાં મદદરૂપ થાય. કોઈને તકલીફ પડતી હોય, કોઈ કામમાં મુશ્કેલી પડતી હોય તો એને બીજા મદદરૂપ કરે અને એ રીતે કાર્ય થાય. એટલે સંપ છે એ વ્યક્તિગત જીવનમાં પણ બહુ જરૂરી છે. અને વિશેષ કરીને ગ્રસ્ત ભક્તો એ બધાને પણ પરિવારના જેટલા સભ્યો હોય એ બધા એકબીજાના પ્રત્યે આદરથી અને બધાના એ રીતે મહિમાથી એકબીજાના ગુણ દોષોને આ રીતે ન ધ્યાનમાં લેતા એને આ રીતે સારી રીતે સમજીને રહેતા હોય તો પરિવારમાં શાંતિ રહે. કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનો પ્રશ્ન એ થાય જ નહીં, એ પરિવારમાં આનંદ હોય. તો ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે ખાસ દરેક ભક્તોને આ વાત સમજાવેલી છે કે દરેકે પોતાના પરિવારમાં આ રીતે સંપથી એ જો રહેશો તો તમને સુખ થશે, તમને આનંદ આવશે. અને એ રીતે જેણે જેણે સંપ રાખ્યો હોય છે એ બધાના જીવનમાં સુખ થાય છે. પરમ પૂજ્ય પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ આ સંપ રાખવા માટે ખાસ સરસ ઉપદેશ આપતા કે આપણે બધાએ દરેકે સંતો ભક્તો દરેક જે ગ્રસ્ત ભક્તો દરેકે જ્યારે આવો સંપ રાખીશું તો સંપથી આપણને અંતરમાં બધાને શાંતિ રહેશે, આનંદ થશે. તો એ સંપ કેવી રીતે રહે તો સ્વામી એના માટે કહેતા કે જો સંપ રાખવો હોય તો આ રીતે ઘસાવવું પડે. એટલે કે એકબીજાના કાર્યમાં મદદ કરવા માટે આપણે પોતાને એની સાથે સમય આપવો પડે. એને આવી રીતે શરીર કરીને દેહ કરીને આપણે ભીડો બેઠવો પડે. એટલે ઘસાવવું એટલે એકબીજાની સાથે આવી રીતે કામ કરવામાં મદદરૂપ થતા હોઈએ અને એ રીતે ઘસાઈએ તો એણે કરીને પણ સંપ જળવાય છે. વળી સામે કહ્યું કે ખમવું, કોઈ 2 શબ્દ બોલી ગયા તો એણે કરીને એ જો શબ્દની સામે બોલે તો મોટો ઝઘડો થાય અને એનાથી અનેક પ્રશ્નો ઊભા થાય. પણ કોઈ ધારો કે બોલી ગયું તો એને ક્ષમ્ય ગણે કે ભાઈ આ કંઈ વાંધો નહીં, મનમાં ન લે, એને ધારે નહીં મનમાં, એને મનમાં ઉતારે નહીં તો કાંઈ ચિંતા નહીં. આજે દુઃખ થાય છે શાનું કારણે કે આપણે કોઈ આવું કયું 2 શબ્દો બોલી ગયા, કોઈ આપણા માટે ખરાબ બોલ્યા તો આપણે એનો મનમાં લાવીએ કે આ મારું ખરું બોલ્યો એટલે આપણે પણ એનું ખરાબ બોલીએ, એનો અહિત થાય એ પ્રમાણે આપણે પ્રયત્ન કરીએ. તો એ રીતે એ ખમવું એ પણ બહુ જરૂરી છે. અને જે એકબીજાને ખમવું પણ એટલે કે કંઈક કોઈ 2 શબ્દ બોલે, શબ્દના બાણ મારે તો આપણે સહન કરી લઈએ અને સહન કરીને રહીએ, સાથે રહીએ તો સમ જળવાય. એટલે સમ જળવવા માટે સ્વામી ખાસ પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ આ ખાસ ભારપૂર્વક સમજાવતા અને કહેતા કે આવી રીતે ખમવું, સાથે સાથે અનુકૂળ થવું. એટલે દરેકની પ્રકૃતિ જુદી જુદી હોય. તુંડે તુંડે મતી વિંડા એ જે કહે છે તે પ્રમાણે દરેકના રુચિ અભિપ્રાય દરેક વ્યક્તિની જુદી જુદી હોય. પણ એકબીજાને અનુકૂળ થવું એટલે જેને જે ગમતું હોય એ પ્રમાણે આપણે એને બીજાને સહકાર આપીએ અને એની જે કોઈ કાર્ય કરવું હોય એમાં અનુકૂળ થઈ જઈએ તો એને કારણે કાર્ય એ આપણે સમ એ જળવાય છે. એટલે સમ જળવવા માટે અનુકૂળ પણ થવું પડે. સાથે સાથે મનધાર્યું મૂકવું એટલે કે મનનું મૂકવું આ એ બહુ મોટું છે. ઘણીવાર તો પરિવારમાં કોઈ વડીલ હોય અને એમ આગ્રહ રાખે કે હું કહું એમ જ થવું જોઈએ, એટલે પોતાનું મનનું ધાર્યું જ કરાવે. બીજાને ગમે કે ન ગમે પણ પરાણે એને માનવું પડતું હોય અને એ રીતે એમાં દરેક બીજાને મન દુઃખ રહ્યા કરે. એટલા માટે જે એમ કે અનુકૂળ થવું અને દરેકને આ રીતે એમ કે આપણે અનુકૂળ થઈ જઈએ, મનનું આપણું મૂકી દઈએ કે ભાઈ ચાલો આપણે આ સારું છે તો આપણે એ રીતે કરીએ. એટલે આનું મનગમતું મૂકવું એ બહુ અઘરું છે. દરેકને મનધાર્યું કરવાની ઈચ્છા રહેતી હોય છે, પણ સ્વામીએ સમજાવ્યું આપણને કે આપણે આ રીતે મનનું મૂકી દઈએ તો જરૂર આપણને આ રીતે અંતરમાં શાંતિ થાય. એટલે પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજે આ જે 4 ઉપાય એ બતાવ્યા છે એ દરેક જગ્યાએ કામમાં આવે. આપણે દરેક કોઈ પણ ક્ષેત્રમાં, એ વ્યવહારિક ક્ષેત્રમાં, ત્યાગાશ્રમમાં કે ગ્રસ્થાશ્રમમાં કે વ્યવહારિક કોઈ ધંધામાં કે દરેક જગ્યાએ આ જે કાર્ય છે એ આપણે જેટલું આપણે સમથી કરીએ, સમ રાખવા માટે આપણો પ્રયત્ન કરીએ તો થાય. એટલે એના માટે પ્રયત્ન કરવો પડે, એના માટે આપણે બધું ધ્યાન રાખવું પડે. અને એવું જો ધ્યાન રાખે તો જરૂર એ સમથી આપણે દરેકને સુખ અને શાંતિ પણ પ્રાપ્તિ થતી હોય છે. અને જો સબ ના હોય અને એ બધા એકબીજાના મન જુદા હોય, ભેગા રહેતા હોય બધા, પણ કોઈને એકબીજાને લેવા દેવા ના હોય તો એમાં જે કાર્ય એ ન થાય. કે જે શોભવું જોઈએ કાર્ય, જે સારી રીતે જેનો પરિવાર સંપેલો હોય, જેના પરિવારમાં સંપ હોય તો એ કાર્ય એ સારું કરી શકે છે. આપણે સૌ આપણે પ્રત્યક્ષ પણ જોઈ શક્યા કે આપણા અક્ષરધામના બાંધકામના એમાં ઘણી બધી મુશ્કેલીઓ આવી ગઈ અને ઘણા બધા આવી બધા પ્રશ્નો ઊભા થયા. પણ એ દરેક પ્રશ્નમાં પણ બધાએ સ્વામીશ્રીના આદેશ પ્રમાણે બધા ભક્તો એ બધાએ નક્કી કર્યું કે આપણે કોઈ પણ ભોગે આ કાર્ય કરવું જ છે. અને એ કાર્ય કરવામાં બધા મંડી પડ્યા. એમાં પછી પોતાના દેહની પણ બધાએ કોઈ ચિંતા ન કરી, પોતાના વ્યવહારની ચિંતા ન કરી નહીં, કોઈ પણ પ્રકારના પોતાની સંપત્તિની કે કોઈ પણ કમાણીની કે એવી બધી કોઈ પણ વિચાર ન કરતા એક જ વાતનો વિચાર કે બસ આવું કાર્ય છે, આવું સારામાં સારું કાર્ય થાય છે તો એ કાર્ય આપણે કરવું છે. અને એ કરવા માટે નાના મોટા ભાઈ દરેક એમાં ભળી ગયા. અને દરેકે જે રીતે આદેશ આપવામાં આવે કે આ રીતે કરવાનું છે તો એ પ્રમાણે જ પછી પોતાની રીતે કોઈ કરે જ નહીં. પણ જેમ જે આદેશ આપે એટલે આદેશ મુજબ જ, અને વડે જે અગ્રણી હોય એ જે આદેશ આપે એ પ્રમાણે કરતા રહ્યા. અને એ રીતે કાર્ય કર્યું તો આપણે જોઈએ છીએ કે જે કાર્ય અશક્ય હતું, કોઈ રીતે આ કાર્ય પૂરું થાય એવું હતું જ નહીં. પણ આ દરેક નાના મોટા ભાઈઓ બધાના સંપના કારણે આ એક ભવ્ય અશક્ય જેવું કાર્ય એ પણ શક્ય થયું. એ આપણે સૌએ નજર સમક્ષ જોયું છે. તો આવી રીતે આવા વ્યવહારના દરેક કાર્યોમાં કે કોઈ પણ ક્ષેત્રમાં આ સંપ એ અત્યંત આવશ્યક છે. તો એ પ્રકારનો સંપ એ આપણે આ ભગવાન કે આવા સત્પુરુષો એ આપણને સમજાવે છે. એ આપણને કેવી રીતે આપણે સુખી થઈએ, કેવી રીતે આપણા પરિવારમાં સુખ શાંતિ થાય, કેવી રીતે દરેક પરિવારની વૃદ્ધિ થાય, દરેક પ્રકારની વૃદ્ધિ થાય અને ખૂબ સારી રીતે બધા દરેકના જીવન એવા શુદ્ધ પવિત્ર બને અને બધા સુખી થાય. એ માટે મોટા પુરુષ એ સતત પ્રયત્ન કરતા હોય છે. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે પણ આ પ્રકારનો એક પરિવાર આખો ઊભો કરેલો. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણના વખતમાં બધા અને બધી જુદી જુદી જ્ઞાતિના બધા ભક્તો એ મુમુક્ષો એ બધા ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ પાસે આવતા અને બધા એક જ એમ કે મતથી અને એક જ રીતથી, કારણ દરેકને એવો ભાવ રહેતો કે આપણા ઈષ્ટદેવ ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ છે. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે આપણને આ સ્વામિનારાયણ મંત્ર આપ્યો છે તો એ મંત્રનો આપણે જપ કરીએ. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે જે નિયમો આપણે આપ્યા છે એ નિયમોનું આપણે પાલન કરીએ. અને એ રીતે બધાએ પોતાનો ભાવ મૂકીને બધા એક સાથે એક પરિવાર તરીકેના સભ્યો હોય એ રીતે જ આવી એમ કે રહ્યા તો એનો આખો જે સત્સંગનો જે વૃદ્ધિ એ થતી ગઈ. ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણના વખતમાં ત્યાં નડિયાદમાં પેલા નવા અંગ્રેજ ગવર્નર પાસે આપણા બધા જુદા જુદા જ્ઞાતિના બધા ભક્તો ત્યાં ગયેલા. અને એ બધા જુદી જુદી જ્ઞાતિના ભક્તોને એકી સાથે જોઈને કાર્ય કરતા જોઈ અને એ આશ્ચર્ય પામ્યા હતા કે તમે આ બધા કેવી રીતે ભેગા રહી શકો છો. કારણ પહેલાં બધા આવા જ્ઞાતિના જાતિના ઝઘડા બહુ થતા અને એમાં એકબીજાની સાથે ખૂબ જ ઘર્ષણ પણ થતા અને પ્રશ્નો પણ ઘણા ઊભા થતા. પણ ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે દરેકને સમજાવ્યું કે આ પ્રકારના આવા જે પોતાના મત છે એ મૂકી અને સર્વનું શ્રેય થાય એ પ્રકારના વિચારથી બધાએ સાથે રહીને કાર્ય કરવું અને એ રીતે બધા જ જ્ઞાતિના એકબીજા સાથે હળી મળીને બ્રાહ્મણ હોય, ક્ષત્રિય હોય, વૈશ્ય હોય, શુદ્ર હોય, કોઈ પણ જ્ઞાતિ હોય તો બધા જ એવા સાથે રહી અને કાર્ય કરતા હતા તો દરેકને પ્રભાવ થતો હતો. દરેકના જીવનમાં પણ, વ્યક્તિગત જીવનમાં પણ આવી રીતે શુદ્ધિ આવી, પવિત્ર બન્યો. અને આવી રીતે એમ કે શુદ્ર જ્ઞાતિના હોય, જેનું આચાર વિચાર સારા ના હોય, પણ આવા બધા સાથે એકબીજાને રહીને એકબીજાને મળથી થતા હોય તો બધામાં જે કંઈ ખામી હોય, જે કંઈ વ્યસનો હોય, બધા દૂર નીકળી જતા હોય, કે એવા દૂષણો હોય પણ નીકળી જાય, દુરાચાર હોય કરતા હોય તે બધું નીકળી જાય અને એ રીતે દરેકના જીવનમાં શુદ્ધિ પ્રાપ્ત થાય છે. તો આ પ્રકારે ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણે આવો સંપીલો પરિવાર, આવો શુદ્ધ પરિવાર એ એમણે આવી રીતે આદેશ આપી અને અનેકને આવી રીતે ભેગા કરી અને આવી રીતે દરેકના જીવનમાં સુખ શાંતિ આપી. તો આ રીતે આપણે બધા પણ આવી રીતે એકબીજાના સાથે હળી મળીને આવા સંતના ભાવથી આપણે આવી રીતે સેવા ભક્તિ કરીએ તો જરૂર આપણા દરેકના વ્યક્તિગત જીવનમાં પણ સુખ શાંતિ થાય, પરિવારમાં પણ સુખ થાય અને આ સમાજનો આખો જો ઉત્કર્ષ થવો એ ઉત્કર્ષ પણ થાય અને બધા આવી રીતે ખૂબ આગળ વધી અને પોતાના જીવનમાં પોતાના જીવનું શ્રેય પણ કરી શકીએ. શ્રી સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાનની જય.
Thank you, Pujya Kothari Bhakti Priya Das Swami, for sharing this enlightening message on unity, or SUMP. This SUMP is one of the reasons why our communities across America have flourished. Now, we all have gathered here today. Why? Today, we celebrate community. And what better way to celebrate than to express our gratitude? The values of service, compassion, and humanitarianism that America holds dear align closely with BAPS. It is what has let BAPS become an integral part of the American mosaic. Along with the spirit of service, through thousands of volunteers across BAPS centers, that has been a constant driving force in BAPS's efforts to serve and contribute to American society. To shed more light on this, which is our duty to our home and our local communities, I would like to welcome Pujya Chaitanya Murthy Swami to address today's assembly. He was born and raised in Dallas and received Diksha at the hands of Param Pujya Pramukh Swami Maharaj in 1989, upon which he spent 16 years in India studying various scriptures. Now, traveling across America, he oversees many of the activities across the nation. Pujya Chaitanya Murthy Swami.
Respected Swamis on the stage, leaders on the stage, and other leaders who have taken special time today to attend this magnificent event today. Today is a day of celebration. Of course, we're celebrating the opening of this beautiful mandir that we call Akshardham, celebrating through the festival of inspirations. But today, we would also like to say that it's also a day of appreciation. Of course, we'll appreciate beauty because we've seen Akshardham and the beauty that it has. Of course, we'll appreciate the art and architecture of Akshardham. But most importantly, today is a day of appreciation and appreciating each other. Present here are senior officials from states and cities throughout the country, state assembly members and representatives. Gathered here are mayors, the mayor of Matthews, North Carolina, and Jackson, Mississippi, people and mayors from Missouri City, New Texas, all the way from Lowell, Massachusetts, and Trenton, New Jersey, and nearby East Brunswick, Hamilton, and many, many more that the list is very long for me to list right now. And of course, how can we forget our neighbors, the mayors of East Windsor and West Windsor, and of course, the mayor of Robbinsville on the stage today. Also gathered here today are township council members from across the country. But before we proceed, on behalf of His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj and senior Swamis on the stage and all of the congregants gathered here today, we'd like to welcome all of you to BAPS Swaminarayan Akshardham. I'd like to point out today that in addition to the stage guests and the different distinguished leaders that we have today, I'd like to point out that in this audience today we have congregants and people from California, from Georgia, from Florida and Washington, and many other states throughout the country, but not just that, people from the UK, Kenya, from South Africa, and also India. So what has brought such a diverse group of people from all over the United States together and the world together in one assembly? Of course, the answer is Akshardham. The reason I mentioned this at the very beginning is that this is the very purpose of Akshardham. Of course, Akshardham will be famous for its architectural beauty and symbolism, for its unique blend of ancient traditions and modern technology. Of course, Akshardham will be famous as a Hindu place of worship, a cultural and spiritual center. But most importantly, Akshardham will be a place that will be remembered for bringing diverse people together. Akshardham is not meant just to connect humans with God. It's also meant to connect humans with humans in harmony. Indeed, when Pramukh Swami Maharaj opened the Swaminarayan Akshardham in New Delhi in 2005, he clearly mentioned that Akshardham is not a place of showcasing anything. It's meant to be a place of inspiration, a place of peace, a place of harmony and mutual respect for all. Akshardham is a place of community. It is meant to bring people together. But I'd also like to mention today that Akshardham is no different from America, because America is also a place that has brought people of all backgrounds together. We ultimately are a country of immigrants. We are proud Americans today, but let's not forget that our forefathers came from all over the world in pursuit of a new life, in search of new horizons, and to live the American dream. We know about English pilgrims who arrived in the 17th century and Scottish and German immigrants in the 18th century. We know about Irish immigrants who came in the 19th century, and Hispanic and Asian immigrants who came, and even Indians who came in the 20th century. In the latter part of the 20th century, as Indians became Indian Americans, they brought with them a treasure of traditions and spiritual insights and a sense of community. Hindu Swamis also came to the United States offering profound spiritual teachings. And BAPS devotees also began calling America home in the 1960s. Eventually, BAPS had its first temple in 1974, not far from here in Flushing, New York. And since then, over the past 50 years, BAPS and its mandirs have grown all across the United States. There are 114 BAPS Hindu mandirs all across the United States and Canada as of today. And in all our growth, we truly appreciate the key factors of our success, that they are the very values for which America stands. So today, first of all, we'd like to thank America. Thank you for opening the doors of acceptance. And thank you for valuing diversity. Thank you for allowing freedom of the expression of religion. But more than just thanking all of America, we'd like to also thank everyone that is gathered here today, to thank all of the different parts of America. So thank you, Matthews, North Carolina. And thank you, Jackson, Mississippi, and Missouri City, Texas, and Lowell, Massachusetts, and Trenton, New Jersey, and East Brunswick, and Hamilton, and East Windsor, and West Windsor, and all the townships and cities that are represented here today by the leaders that have come from so far away. And of course, how can we forget? Thank you, Robbinsville, New Jersey. We thank Robbinsville not because we built Akshardham in Robbinsville. We thank Robbinsville because of the relationship between BAPS and Robbinsville. It can be seen as the very definition of cooperation, collaboration, and the very definition of community. Because it takes at least two to work together in unity to make a community. So how did Akshardham become a reality in Robbinsville? Of course, there was a vision by His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj. And of course, there were plans and blueprints. And of course, there were ideas. But even ideas need a home. Where to build a mandir that would be as large as Pramukh Swami Maharaj envisioned it? Where to build a landmark of art and architecture that would capture thousands of years of culture and traditions and architecture and wisdom, and build it so it would last for generations, and to build it in America? Where? So after searching for over 246 different sites for over a decade, BAPS found a small piece of land in a township not very far from New York, not very far from Philadelphia, and not very far from Washington, D.C. BAPS selected Robbinsville, New Jersey. But more importantly, Robbinsville accepted BAPS. And from the very beginning, Robbinsville has made BAPS feel at home. Of course, Mayor Freed, who's on stage today, he drew the members of the community together. He translated the vision of BAPS in ways that was accessible to those who were unfamiliar with the project. He also guided BAPS leadership on how they could better execute their plans to meet the requirements of the township and the neighbors. Councilmen and councilwomen, Ms. Siakio, a councilwoman, she also was the owner of a local nursery here. When a BAPS volunteer, Ravi, went to her nursery to buy plants for their neighborhood, for their backyard, Ms. Siakio was so enthusiastic about the project to share the Akshardham story with others. She would tell other customers that go meet Ravi and ask him to talk to you about the mandir that they've created. It's a very beautiful temple. They do great community work. Ravi, tell them about the mandir. In this way, council members, planning board members, zoning board members, during the early stages of the project, there were all kinds of unknowns. But they took time out to learn about the Indian stone architecture. Their diligent efforts ensured that the community built a temple that complied with the township regulations and also was built according to the ancient sacred text as was required. They had the foresight to see the growth and development and the influx of believers and visitors. They did what was in the best interest of the township while believing in the spirit of the project. They knew it would add significantly and positively to the landscape of Robbinsville and all of America. And of course, how can we forget the police department, the fire department, the emergency departments, the public works departments? They supported the project by keeping the visitors here safe. They helped direct traffic during large festivals such as Diwali. They learned about Indian culture. They learned the Indian greeting of humility by saying namaste with folded hands. They even began appreciating the spicy flavors of India, the samosas and the naan. And how can we forget the mango dollies? After working with BAPS closely, they understood the culture. They not only understood the culture, they appreciated the culture that teaches that the world can become one giant family. And of course, the neighbors. Of course, during peak festival times, there were challenges. But everyone was understanding, they were supportive, accepting, and patient. But I'm here to say that a healthy relationship is always a two-way street. Just as Robbinsville welcomed BAPS, BAPS and its leadership, its devotees, became a part of the Robbinsville family by helping wherever they could. It's important to note here that the volunteers, what they did here in Robbinsville was not a PR effort. It's an integral part of the culture and the spiritual teachings of Hinduism to become part of a community. Family, not individuality, was the ethos. So BAPS supported the township in its events. Volunteers took part in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, the Community Day celebrations, and the National Night Out events, and the 150th anniversary of the birthday of the township. BAPS supported the township in humanitarian efforts. I'm sure Mayor Freed remembers when he called the BAPS leadership to help in the local blood donation drive after a devastating fire. Immediately, followers of BAPS and surrounding townships came to donate blood, lining up in a matter of hours. The turnout was so overwhelming that the township called at 6 p.m. that don't call any more people, we have enough. In 2012, when Hurricane Sandy caused an extremely difficult and challenging situation, unexpectedly, the township called on BAPS, who provided housing for people that had been displaced from mobile home parks. They housed a group of 100 truckers who had driven from Louisiana for fuel for the local emergency facilities. BAPS helped every year in walkathons to support the local school, the local fire department, food drives to support the local Robbinsville food pantry. During COVID, volunteers delivered care packages and PPE material. Even during the days of these festivities in the opening of Akshardham, volunteers have not stopped helping the community. During the days of these festivals, they have had Days of Giving campaign to collect school supplies and hygiene products and canned food to support the Boys and Girls Clubs of Mercer County and Homefront, New Jersey, and Rise and Robbinsville Food Pantry. BAPS has kept its doors of Akshardham open to foster and help understanding. But you know, in my narration of this story, I used Robbinsville and Akshardham as an example of community. But you might as well replace Robbinsville with Matthews, North Carolina, or Jackson, Mississippi, or Stafford, Texas, or New York, or Atlanta, or Chicago, or Orlando, or Seattle. Why is that? I'd like to answer that question with one simple word. If there is one simple message to remember after visiting Robbinsville, Akshardham, one word, one message that anyone can follow regardless of the religion that they practice, that one word would be the word called seva. It's a very difficult concept to translate to English, but in essence, you could say seva is voluntary service, but it has to be done selflessly, passionately, mindfully, and devoutly. And that is what the BAPS has achieved. Because seva is in the very DNA of every single BAPS devotee. He or she doesn't need to be told to do seva. They seek opportunities to do seva. So even today, as we sit here enjoying this program, this Community Day program, understand that almost every single happening on this campus today is happening because of seva. What does it take to make this day happen? As we are talking right now, there are people operating cameras and audiovisual equipment. There are teenagers and youngsters that are picking up trash around the campus. There are youngsters that are helping guide people to get to their destination. There are people cooking meals. There are people cleaning utensils. Even the chairs that you are sitting on today have been arranged carefully and lovingly by volunteers who want to do seva. But it's not just about today and this Community Day event. This entire Akshardham has been built completely and voluntarily. It's one of the most unique wonders of the world, not because of the way it's been made, but because of the way the people have volunteered to make it happen. 12,500 volunteers, imagine, coming together physically to make Akshardham happen. What they have achieved and done has been described as indescribable, unimaginable, unbelievable, and unprecedented. Because find in the history of all the construction projects in the entire history of the world, where thousands of people, young and old, male and female, doctors and lawyers and software and hardware engineers and entrepreneurs, when they've come together to come forward to willingly, passionately, and lovingly build something so beautiful. Find a construction project in the entire history of the world where youth have come together to give up their summer vacations to build something so meaningful and so generational. Find a project in the entire history of the world where thousands of people have gone through some difficult times and challenges to willingly and absolutely selflessly, without expectations, without rewards, without recognition, come together to build such a beautiful building. That is the essence of Akshardham. But the most important aspect of Seva and BAPS is that it's not about today, it's not about Akshardham. This same passion of Seva extends to every single city and every single country where BAPS has called home. That same volunteer service will happen in Los Angeles and San Francisco and Seattle and Chicago as it will happen in Jackson, Mississippi and Lowell and Edison, New Jersey. These same volunteers that have built this temple that we see in front of us, those same volunteers have supported the local blood drives in the cities from where they came. Thousands of pints of blood to save tens of thousands of lives. These same volunteers have helped in natural calamities throughout America, whether they be wildfires in California or tornadoes in Tennessee or floods in Houston or hurricanes in New Orleans. These same volunteers have organized walkathons, over 900 of them. They've walked millions of miles to support community organizations and hospitals and schools and the police department, food banks, and planting trees and cancer research and diabetes research. And this same spirit of service is not limited to just the United States. If you happen to go to Canada or the United Kingdom or Spain or Kenya or South Africa or Australia or New Zealand or India, you will find the same passion for serving the community. In conclusion, I'd like to reiterate that the Akshardham success story is not a BAPS success story. It's a success story for Robbinsville. It's a success story for New Jersey. It's a success story for California and Texas and all of the United States and North America. But in the words of Mahant Swami Maharaj, it's a success story for all of humanity. So tonight, I'd like to thank everyone that is assembled here today, the assemblymen, assemblywomen, the mayors, the township officials, and every guest. Thank you for giving BAPS a home. And lastly, thank you to Robbinsville, New Jersey, a very small town on the map of New Jersey. But thank you for helping us transform a soy farm into one of the greatest wonders of the world. Now we can really say that we are the center of it all. Thank you very much.
It is our great honor and privilege to welcome our distinguished guests to our assembly today. These leaders have served as role models and great citizens in our society. They've supported each and every one of us by serving in their respective communities. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to thank these distinguished individuals for taking time out of their busy schedule to visit Akshardham and celebrate our communities in today's assembly. Please join me in warmly welcoming Assemblyman Daniel Benson, representing New Jersey's 14th Legislative District, which covers Hamilton, Robbinsville, and Plainsboro. We'd like to request Assemblyman Benson to share a few words with today's assembly.
Thank you very much. I am so honored to be here. I was here a number of weeks ago where I talked about servant leadership. Today, the inspiration that I've seen and the progress from being here from the early days of seeing the temple built to where we are today is a testament to the selfless sacrifice and service from those thousands of individuals working together to show what folks can do when there are no limits to your inspiration. I see my colleagues from the Assembly here in the audience. I see other local officials from Mercer County. Particularly, I want to recognize our mayor from Robbinsville. Please. On behalf of New Jersey and the state legislature that I represent in this district, we've seen the progress made from so many hands working together, not only to build, but to inspire and to give back. Whether it's through the charity drives, the blood drives you heard about, the impacts that we've seen throughout our community have been tremendous. You have touched all of our hearts, and we are a bigger and better family because of it. We are so grateful to the work of all the volunteers of BAPS, and we look forward to this being not just a culmination and an important dedication, but the beginning of so much more as our lives become more intertwined into service and that selfless sacrifice in the years to come. And so I look forward to coming back again and again so that we can continue to serve the residents of Robbinsville, Mercer County, the state of New Jersey, and beyond. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Assemblyman Benson, for sharing those kind words. Please join me in warmly welcoming the Mayor of Robbinsville Township, Mayor David Freed. We are honored to have Mayor Freed not only as a close friend, but it's with his assistance that we've invited all the mayors of New Jersey and all across the country to Robbinsville, New Jersey this evening to visit Swaminarayan Akshardham. I'd now like to request Mayor Freed to share a few words with today's assembly.
Good evening. I had written a speech today that I was going to share with you, but after listening to the Swami, I thought I would just share a little bit of my experiences here at BAPS. And when we talk about relationships, it was very, very important to recognize the fact that relationships are built in good times and in bad. And we've had difficulties and we've had great times, but we've also had challenges. And the Swami talked earlier about one of the big challenges that we had here in Robbinsville during Hurricane Sandy. And it was one of my first experiences to really understand the whole idea and the whole concept of Sarva. We had a number of people who were displaced at our mobile home park. We had about 75 truckers who had driven all the way from Louisiana to deliver fuel oil for all of the people here who had generators running, and we had no fuel. We had nowhere to put anyone. At the last minute, I reached out to BAPS, and I literally brought about 100 people from our mobile home park, 75 truckers, and I said to Canoe, don't worry, I'll be back in a few hours, and we will figure this out. I came back in a few hours, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Literally, we had cots, we had people being fed, we had people taking showers. On one side, they had the truckers. On the other side, we had the mobile home park, all of the residents being taken care of, and cots set up, and I never in a million years thought this could have happened so quickly. And that's when I realized this is something very different. This is something that I had never experienced before, and every time that I have reached out to BAPS, they have never, ever failed to answer the call, and for that, I am incredibly grateful. This summer, I was here visiting, and I got to see 3 young women. They were covered in mud, and I got to listen to their story, and when you're here, you never understand who you're possibly going to meet when you talk to volunteers, because some of the volunteers have such amazing stories. But these 3 young ladies, again, covered in dirt, beaming from ear to ear, and they were telling me their story. They were 3 medical students, and they were here to lay stone. And when I asked them their story, they said, well, this is the first time that females could lay stone, and we wanted to be the first. And I thought to myself, you know how incredible that is to get our young people out of TikTok and off of Instagram and put their phones down to actually volunteer and to be part of the community. And what you are teaching our youth is something that is so important because the next generation needs to become part of our community. And for that is something that you should be very proud of. It is something that I want to report back to His Holiness, that this community has become part of our community, and we are grateful and we are honored that you thought to choose our community and had the vision to turn this piece of land into something that is truly unbelievable and one of the wonders of the world. And for that, I want to thank you. And last, but certainly not least, I want to congratulate you on your groundbreaking and be the first person to say officially, welcome to Robbinsville. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Fried, for always giving us the opportunity to help support Robbinsville Township and sharing your personal experiences with BAPS. I'd now like to request Mayor Hemant Marathe, who is the mayor of West Windsor, to share a few words with today's assembly.
Thank you so much for inviting me for the tour of the new temple. It's beautiful and very impressive structure. What is more impressive is the example of what can be achieved when 12,500 volunteers come together with a single purpose. Today in society, it's difficult to get 100 people to agree on the simplest of things. Here, over 12,500 people of various ages, professions, socio-economic strata came together, learned to think beyond themselves, and created something so beautiful. It's a lesson for society. As Mayor Fried just mentioned, BAPS is something different. It teaches us lessons of humility and seva, as we just heard. I want to congratulate and thank everyone who made this project possible, and thank Robbinsville Mayor and all the residents of Robbinsville for making this their home. I'm really proud of all of you. And I thank Robbinsville because there's a personal story about the influence of BAPS. I am the mayor of town next door over, West Windsor, New Jersey. I obviously think that everyone in the world should know where West Windsor is. Unfortunately, there is quite a few people who don't know where West Windsor is, so they obviously ask me, where's West Windsor? In the past, I used to say it's a town next to Princeton University. Now I am simply say that it's town next to BAPS Robbinsville, and everyone knows where it is. So, Mayor Fried, thank you for making that possible. So again, I want to thank for the lessons BAPS has taught me and the society, and thanks for your kind invitation to come and speak here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Marathe. I think we could all confidently say we all know where West Windsor is, and thank you for sharing those kind words. I'd now like to request State Representative Jonathan Fritz, who's serving as Pennsylvania's 111th Legislative District. Mr. Fritz, if you can share a few words with our Assembly today.
Thank you. Mayor Fried, our mayor from Robbinsville, you know, I spent a couple terms as a mayor, but I don't think I ever received quite a reception such as yours, my friend. Good for you. So pleased to be here. My journey of getting to know the Hindu community and culture, religion and way of life, it has made my heart smile time and time again. But today, being here today, friends, my heart cries. It cries tears of joy because the pure kindness and goodness and love that radiates from all of you. It is a physical manifestation, this compound, this campus, this building, and it moves someone that has a very difficult occupation, that lives in a world that sometimes can be a dark place, where sometimes people are pit against one another. But I come here and I am reminded of the goodness, the love, and the compassion and care that truly is the driving force that keeps us all grounded and makes us all family. And I look forward to continuing this celebration and this journey of getting to know you and your culture and your community. Thank you so very much. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for sharing those beautiful words with us, Representative Fritz. I'd now like to request Mayor John Higdon, the mayor of Matthews, North Carolina, to share his thoughts with today's assembly.
Thank you so much. It's really an honor to be here. You know, I first got to know BAPS in my town, Matthews, North Carolina, which is a suburb of Charlotte, about 10 years ago when I first got elected. And when BAPS came to me and said, how can we help the town? I was floored. Nobody does that, right? And then most recently, Mamushu Brombat and Dr. Vasant Patel asked me to come here today and told me that I would have the opportunity to speak to you. And I call Mamushu Brombat MB because I can't pronounce his name. And I said, maybe you haven't noticed that I'm a 6'6", pale white Christian with white hair. I don't think I'm going to blend in too well in this assemblage. But he insisted that I come anyway, and I'm glad I did. You know, when I was a young boy, my father used to say, I would say, can we go to the beach or can we go to Disney World? And he'd say, I didn't lose anything at the beach or Disney World. And he would probably say, I didn't lose anything at Robbinsville, and neither did I, but I certainly found something today. When I heard His Holiness speak about the universality of the human experience, we all breathe the same air, and we sit under the same sky, and we drink the same water. It really touched my heart, and I think that's what I'm going to come away with. I'd also like to share really quickly another experience I had with BAPS. I ran for mayor the first time in 2019. It was a very bitter campaign, and it pitted people in my community against each other, and it was a very horrible, terrible experience. And a lot of bad things were exchanged between us. And shortly after the election, which I won, BAPS came forward and said, why don't we all get together and do something to help people with COVID, including the people that were on opposite sides of the campaign. And due to the influence of BAPS, we were able to raise over $100,000 for a local help center that helped people get through COVID. And so I think that is what the whole experience has meant to me, and I'm so very glad I came. This is a very beautiful campus. It's a sacred and holy place and a very inclusive and welcoming place. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Mayor Higdon, for sharing those wonderful words with our assembly today. We are also fortunate to have State Representative Dr. Sulman Lalani of Texas. I'd like to request State Representative Sulman to address today's assembly.
Good evening. Before I start, I would like to congratulate the leadership of the BAPS for the vision and the foresight, also the donors who contributed, and thousands of volunteers and community members for their untiring efforts. I was impressed when I was visiting and we were talking to one of the volunteers, and the comment was, Mandir is so lucky to have so many volunteers. And the volunteer replied, no, it is us who are lucky that Mandir has given us the opportunity and the blessing to serve. And this is service of conviction that we talked about. આપણને અગર એક શબ્દમાં BAPS ને ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કરવું હોય તો that is સેવા. And we were blessed last regular session to observe and celebrate the Day of Seva at the Texas Legislature. You know, I feel that we all are blessed and with good heart and we all do service. But most of us fall under service of convenience. We serve when it is convenient. We serve when we feel like it. We serve when there's a time. We serve when we like some project. But I would challenge everyone here today, including myself, that follow the example of BAPS and elevate ourselves to the service of conviction. And service of conviction means whoever, whatever, whenever there is a need, you need to say yes. When I was young, my father used to tell us, when somebody asks you for help, 2 thoughts should come in your mind. The first should be, thank you, Lord. And second should be, how can I help? He said there's a very fine line between the ability to help and needing help. And at that moment, the good Lord has put you on that side of the line where you are able to help. So if you have the ability, it's your responsibility. I would take it a little further and say, civic engagement is also a type of service. Our community excels in a lot of fields, be it professionals, be it entrepreneurship, be it charity or philanthropy. But when it comes to civic engagement, we lag behind. So I would encourage each and every one of you, pick up this office of your choice. It could be your neighborhood HOA, your city, your state, your federal. Pick up the policy that interests you, call your elected, and get involved, because that is also seva. In the end, I would like to say, as Gandhi ji has mentioned, be the change that you want to see. So we need to be honest and sincere to ourselves and be the change that we want to see. Akshardham Mahastavni Jai. I have this pleasure and distinct honor to bring this certificate on behalf of the state of Texas and my colleague at House of Representatives for the good work that BAPS does. May I ask the leadership to come and collect this?
Thank you for your kind words. It is now my honor to call up Mr. Dilipai Chauhan, a member of our very own BAPS family and the Deputy Commissioner for Trade, Investment, and Innovation for the City of New York. Mr. Chauhan will introduce a message from the Mayor of New York City, Mayor Eric Adams.
Thank you, and Jai Swaminarayan. Today I remember a chance given to me as a fresh, young college student from Gandhinagar, studying at Jaipur, Malaya Regional Engineering College, currently as a MNIT. in presence of His Divine Holiness, Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj. And today, I got this seva again in presence of Pujya Mahant Swamiji Maharaj. I'm really blessed by both the Guruji for choosing me for such a great seva. Also in my personal growth, I would like to acknowledge countless hours of guidance given to me by Pujya Ishwarcharan Swami, Pujya Anand Saru Swami, Pujya Dr. Saru Swami, Pujya Brahmvihari Swami, and Pujya Vivek Sagar Swami. I joined New York Mandir for Seva 2 decades ago. Bapa has always guided me. When I was a deputy comptroller for the Nassau County, New York, whenever I have any question, always Pramukh Swamiji Maharaj was there to guide me. And currently I'm serving as a New York City Mayor, Eric Adams Deputy Commissioner for Mayor Office of International Affairs. Today on this grand occasion, while we are celebrating grand opening of Akshardham in presence of Pujya Guru Hari Mahant Swamiji Maharaj, US Congresswoman Grace Meng has dedicated October 8 as a BAPS Akshardham Day in US Congressional District 6. And I also would like to thank openly to New York City Mayor Eric Adams. After years of hard working and advocacy, including the BAPS Temple, first time in the history of New York City, we have declared New York City school holiday during the Diwali day. Now, I would like to present my boss, New York City Mayor Eric Adams, for sending his greetings. Again, thank you for giving me this chance. Jai Swaminarayan.
Namaste. This is Mayor Eric Adams. It is my honor to congratulate BAPS on the opening of their new Grand Temple. The first BAPS temple in the nation was built in Queens, and it still welcomes newcomers and serves the local community to this day. BAPS and the Hindu community are a vital part of our country and our city's culture. I was fortunate to join you for your centennial celebration at the Colden Center. And I appreciate all you do to support interfaith dialogue, harmony, and service. Spirituality and service must go hand in hand. What we preach in the temple must be practiced on the street. Congratulations once again on this landmark achievement.
We are fortunate to have Pujya Yoganand Swami, a sadhu who has traveled in the tri-state area and seen the growth of BAPS firsthand. I would like to welcome Pujya Yoganand Swami to address today's assembly.
Shri Swaminarayan Bhagavan Jai. Mandir. When we look at Akshardham Maha Mandir, we wonder why Hindu Dharma has mandirs, has such temples in the first place. One thing that's unique about our religion is the fact that every Hindu has a temple in their house. No matter how big their home is, everyone has a place where they can worship at home. And yet, we also have mandirs amongst our community. The reason is so that we gather together and we can have a shared sense of purpose, shared place of worship. Yesterday, 2 of our distinguished guests made one similar point. They said that when we entered this Mandir campus, it was different. The first thing that happens when you enter into this campus is you take off your shoes. It's a different experience. It's home. It feels like home. And it is home. It's our home, and it's also God's home. So from the moment we enter here, the experience is slightly different. And then we enter into the mandir itself.
Every single mandir in Hindu Dharma is built according to a set of defined scriptures. The purpose of that is so that we have a real, serene spiritual experience. For example, whenever they create an opera hall, they build the hall such that the acoustics are the same in every seat. Everywhere you sit, you get the same acoustic experience. And that's just for an opera hall. The same goes for a mandir. Anywhere you go inside of a temple, the size of the spire is directly related to the size of the sanctum. The size of the sanctum is directly related to the size of the image within. The size of the pillars, the shape of the pillars, the style of the entire temple helps create a spiritual experience. And wherever you are in the temple, every moment it resonates internally. And then we go closer to the images of God, to see and to be seen. This is where our spirituality for every Hindu begins. We want to go and be seen by God. And we want to go and see God. Every Hindu goes to the images and they try. They're not enlightened to begin with, but they try for that enlightenment. They pray for themselves and they pray for other people in their family. And then when they leave, they take that spirituality with them wherever they go. They try to attempt to see God in everyone that they interact with. This is the purpose of mandir, to help every person experience God everywhere. In all of Hindu Dharma, the main scriptures are the Vedas. In the Vedas, the philosophical portion is called the Upanishads. There are 10 principal Upanishads. In the Upanishads, the first Upanishad is called the Ishavasya Upanishad. That Upanishad has 18 couplets. If we take just the first couplet, and not every line of it, but just the first line, the first line has 4 words. Again, of all Hindu Dharma scriptures, just the Vedas. In the Vedas, just the Upanishads. In just the Upanishads, the first Upanishad. In that, the first mantra. And in that, the first 4 words. Isha Vasyam Idam Sarvam. God exists within everything. This is the beginning of all Hindu religion. Mahatma Gandhi said that if by chance every single Hindu mandir was destroyed, if by chance every single Hindu Swami was killed, and if by chance every single Hindu Shastra was burnt, but if also by chance these 4 words were remaining on one piece of paper in some corner of the world, then in the search for the truth behind these 4 words, every mandir, every Swami, and every scripture would be reborn. That's the power of just these 4 words. And that is why every Hindu comes to this mandir. We come here to experience God and to see God everywhere. But when we see this mandir stands out from others. When we see this mandir, we have a few questions. One, why is it so big? If every Hindu has a mandir in their home, why build such a big mandir? Akshardham Maha Mandir in Robbinsville, New Jersey is the largest Hindu mandir in the Western Hemisphere. But why is it so big? Albert Einstein said that it is easier to break an atom than it is to break a prejudice. To break an atom, you need a large nuclear factory. To break prejudices, you need something even larger than that. The purpose of this mandir is to break prejudices. The purpose of this mandir is to show everyone that we can all live together, unite onto one common purpose, and create something. We have a saying in Gujarati that many hands, when they come together, they can create beauty and perfection. Similarly, 12,500 people over the past 10 years have come together, some for 3 days and some for 10 years, anywhere. And they have spent their time, their efforts, to come together and create a piece of art, a piece of beauty. That is this mandir. And when other people see it, it's not to flex the muscles, it's not to impress anyone, but it's to show people that there is still a chance, there is still a hope for humanity if we all unite. Just as if 12,500 people can come together and create one piece of beautiful art, If everyone in the entire state of New Jersey comes together, if everyone in all 50 states of America come together, what's impossible? This is proof. Akshardham breaks the prejudice that unity is impossible. There are people who will believe that there is no chance for us to ever come together. Akshardham breaks those prejudices. That's why it has to be so big. And another example. In India, we have the Himalaya mountains in the north. And those mountains are the largest mountains in the entire world. Mount Everest, for example. Those mountains are so tall that those mountains define the entire environment of India. All the way from North India to South India. If it snows in the Himalayas, it will be cold in the southernmost tip of Kanyakumari. Those peaks are so tall that it affects the entire environment of India. In the same way, by the grace of Pramukh Swami Maharaj and the grace of Guru Mahant Swami Maharaj, they have built one temple on the East Coast so tall that it will help the entire religious environment, the entire spiritual environment of North America. Mahant Swami Maharaj's vision behind Akshardham was this: not so that people become Hindu, but so that Hindus become better Hindus, so that Christians become better Christians, so that Jewish people become better Jews, so that anyone of any faith becomes better at what they are, even if they have no religion. Coming to Akshardham can make us a better person. Our civic duty, our ethical duty, our moral duty to society, all of these things are proved and supported by Akshardham. And then another question, a very common question: how much does it cost? People will give answers and people will give estimates, but I want to answer you in a more spiritual way. Of course, everything has a cost. Everything must have a cost. But there is a difference between cost and value. Many of you here have children. I want you to go back to the day when your child was born. That day in the hospital, at that moment, if you can put yourself into that moment again. There were machines buzzing, there were doctors speaking, there were people screaming, and then your child was born. That hospital room, it was a mess. And then the doctor took your child, you cut the umbilical cord, they cleaned up your infant, and they gave it to you in your hands. My question for you is, on that day, what was the bill? You don't remember. You paid. You had to pay. There was a cost, but what you received, what you got in return, that's invaluable. In the same way, all of the devotees here, they have given their time, they have given their effort. Everything they've given, and they've given financial support. It costs something, but what they've received in return is invaluable. This is the fruition of decades of service. This is the fruition of decades of charity. This is the fruition of decades of their devotion. So if you ask any devotee here how much it costs, they can't put a price tag on it because for them, it's a spiritual, emotional connection that they have with it. And what is the benefit of mandir? The mandir benefits every individual because it helps us all spiritually. Everyone gets something. For example, in the New Jersey area, we have many medical systems. And across the country, we're always going to support a new medical system that will come into that area because we know a good medical system in any area will help the environment. It will help the public. But my question to you, how many people in New Jersey have broken arms or broken legs at this any time? Yet, how many people in New Jersey or throughout the country have any sort of pride or arrogance or envy or greed or lust, any sort of innate nature that they would like to remove? A hospital can heal your physical body. A mandir goes to heal your spiritual body. For example, we have a large Hindu temple in Chino Hills. And there were two youths who had attended the regular assemblies. However, because of whatever reason, by the wish of God, their mother fell incredibly ill. She was diagnosed with cancer. At that time, the doctors, they told the parents that you need to let your children know. Both of the children were teenagers. The parents sat down with their children, they explained the situation, and the cancer was such that there wasn't going to be any sort of chance for a survival. Eventually, a few months later, these two teenagers lost their mother. But they were okay. They were able to get through it. Sure, at first, it was a bit difficult. And a situation that could emotionally perhaps destroy another person, these two people were able to get through it. And when we asked those teenagers, what was your source of strength? What was your source of comfort in this very difficult time in your life? Both of them said, because we had been going to regular mandir activities, because we had been hearing regular spiritual discourses, we came to understand the truth between the body and the soul. We came to understand that God does the best for every one of us. And if God wants to take our mother to heaven early, then she's blessed to go to heaven and we're blessed to have her in heaven. It took some time to develop this enlightenment, this knowledge. But the type of knowledge, this type of wisdom that even the lofty spiritual predecessors before on this earth have found difficult to attain, these two teenagers were attained. These two teenagers were able to attain this just by attending regular mandir activities. So if nothing else, why do we have mandirs? What is the benefit of mandirs? Who has benefited from mandirs? At least tell yourself this. There are two teenagers in Los Angeles who, after losing their mother, found peace because of the mandir in their area. Isn't that enough? Doesn't that make all of this worth it? So this is why we have mandir. This is what we experience in mandir. And so today, during the Festival of Inspirations, I want to once again thank all of you for your continued support. Every one of you who gives your support to your local mandir is doing just as much for the mandir here in Akshardham in Robbinsville, New Jersey. Every mandir is like another branch of a hospital, helping heal the spiritual wounds of every person in that area. Once again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you to all of you. Jai Swaminarayan.
As we continue to welcome our distinguished guests in today's assembly, we'd like to thank the East Windsor Mayor, Janice Mirnov. I'd like to request a respected Mahila volunteer to honor her with a garland of flowers and a festival memento. Mayor Mirnov has been an amazing friend of ours and a neighbor of Robbinsville. We thank you for your continued support and friendship over the past several years. It is now my distinct honor to welcome again to the stage Mayor Hemant Marathe, Mayor of West Windsor. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarup Swami to honor him with a garland of flowers and a festival memento. With a background in electrical engineering and a successful career as a small business owner, Mayor Marathe brings a wealth of knowledge and experience to his role. His long-standing involvement in local governance, including his tenure on the school board and various community organizations, reflects his dedication in making West Windsor a better place for all. We appreciate you taking the time to be with us tonight. It is now with great enthusiasm that I welcome back Mayor David Freed, who is serving the 5th term as Robbinsville Township's mayor. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarup Swami to honor him with a garland of flowers and a festival memento. Under Mayor Freed's leadership, Robbinsville has seen economic growth, fiscal responsibility, and a strong focus on community service. As a dedicated leader and driving force for positive change in Robbinsville Township, Mayor Freed, we'd like to thank you for your continued partnership and presence during the festivities. As Mayor Freed approaches His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj, and as the mayor of Robbinsville Township, the home of Swaminarayan Akshardham, Mayor Freed will be presenting the key to the city of Robbinsville to His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj.
briefly, I would first like to thank all the elected officials, including the mayor of East Windsor and the mayor of West Windsor, who are gracious to be here, and our neighbors. Oftentimes, we have worked with BAPS so many times, and there is one person who time and time again I call and I ask for help. It's a tradition for townships to give one of our treasured guests the key to the city, and I would like Canoe to come up and give the key to the city to His Holiness for all of the work that he has done helping Robbinsville, and thanking him for all of his support.
Let's thank Mayor Freed one more time for presenting the key to Robbinsville Township to Mahant Swami Maharaj. It is now my distinct honor to welcome Assemblyman Daniel Benson, representing New Jersey's 14th Legislative District, which covers Hamilton, Robbinsville, and Plainsboro. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarup Swami to welcome him with a garland and a memento. With a strong environmental focus, Assemblyman Benson has a history of public service, including being the youngest elected councilman in the Hamilton Township and serving as a Mercer County chosen freeholder. He currently contributes to committees on health, public safety, and transportation. In today's assembly, Assemblyman Benson will be presenting a joint resolution from the New Jersey State Senate and General Assembly to His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj. This resolution was sponsored by Senator Linda Greenstein, Assemblyman Benson, as well as Assemblyman Wayne D'Angelo.
Today marks a momentous occasion celebrating community collaboration and unity. Let us now all come together and join His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj in a ritual symbolizing the offering of light, prayers, devotion, and reverence.
Jaya Jaya स्वामीनारायण भगवाननी जय अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराजनी जय गुणातीतानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय भगत जी महाराजनी जय शास्त्री जी महाराजनी जय योगी जी महाराजनी जय प्रमुख स्वामी महाराजनी जय महंत स्वामी महाराजनी जय अक्षरधाम महोत्सवनी जय.
The growth and expansion of BAPS in the U.S. would not have been possible without the support of local communities, government agencies, and the broader American society. We extend our deepest thanks to the United States of America for welcoming BAPS with open arms, for fostering an environment of acceptance and freedom, and for allowing this community to make its home here and grow. America, thank you for your warm embrace, for being a land of opportunity, for being a beacon of freedom, and a place where diverse cultures and traditions are celebrated. BAPS is grateful for the privilege of calling America home. Let us all share this gratitude through a video and a heartfelt message from Moksh Patel from Philadelphia.
Dear America.
Dear America.
Dear America.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for being a land of opportunity.
Thank you, America, for the sense of belonging.
Thank you for the chance to build a better life for our families.
Dear America, thank you for helping my parents establish a new life here.
Thank you for the opportunity to let me do my education here and advance my career.
Thank you for giving my family a new opportunity.
Thank you for always supporting us.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
Thank you for the freedom to express our opinions.
Thank you for providing safety and protection to our families.
Thank you for taking care of my health and well-being.
Thank you for being a beacon of hope.
Thank you for being a land of great education opportunities.
Thank you for being a place where I can progress professionally.
Dear America, thank you for embracing our community.
Thank you for putting our freedom above all else.
Thank you for encouraging us to use our voice.
Thank you for the friendships.
Thank you for striving for equality.
Thank you for the educational opportunities.
Thank you for freedom, America.
Thank you for freedom of all of us.
Thank you for being home.
Thank you for the opportunity to run my business.
Thank you, America, for commitment to the religious freedom.
Thank you for helping my parents establish a new life here.
Thank you, America, for letting us participate in the democratic process and all the amazing opportunities. Thank you.
Thank you for American Dream.
Thank you for being a place where my dreams can come true.
Thank you for being a place where my dreams can come true.
Thank you, America, for giving me everything.
Dear America, thank you.
Thank you, America!
Dear America, I'd like to thank you for welcoming my family and my values. That welcome has led to this mandir, a place where my friends and I can gather, play, and pray. I am thankful, as is everyone else here, that in my community, I have this beautiful mandir. After all, a mandir is a wonderful home, a place where no one is ever alone. Jai Swaminarayan. I am a Hindu American, and I'd like to thank America for giving me a place where I could freely be who I am. The community and people have given us a great gift, the support and chance to build a mandir. A mandir is a piece of our Indian heritage. A mandir is where one can practice and learn their culture and faith. You may ask, why is this important? Well, my family and I have roots all the way in India. And we call America our home. It's like having two homes. It's amazing. Our Guru Pramukh Sai Maharaj and Man Sai Maharaj have helped us and built these mandirs. They've come all the way from India just to give us darshan. We're so lucky to have them. These mandirs aren't just places, they're a home where we can all get together, pray, and learn, and have fun. At Mandir, we celebrate many festivals, like Diwali and Holi. They're colorful decorations, delicious food, and amazing music. It's something I'd like to share with all of you. Because Mandirs are not just for me alone. At Mandir, I learned the power of Samp. The power of Samp is the power of unity. That's the other cool part. Mandir is open to anyone. That means my friends from different backgrounds can come and learn about my culture. We could celebrate together and share our traditions and become even better friends. That is America at its best. People from different cultures coming together. Mandirs have also helped me find something really special to me: peace. When I stop in Mandir, all my worries go away. I feel so calm and peaceful. And that's an amazing feeling, and something I want to say a big thank you for. By having Mandirs in America, we can learn from each other, respect each other, and make our communities even stronger. Together, we can make a world where everyone is welcome to practice what they believe. Dear America, I'm glad to say, the Mandirs here make my day. Thank you for letting us decorate our garden state. With this amazing stone Mandir, that's great. A place where we together play and pray. In this sacred space, our spirits rise and worries fade away. We'll never feel alone beneath this dome, because in this neighborhood, we have our home. Jai Swaminarayan.
Thank you, Moksh, for sharing all about how proud we are to be Americans and to call America our home. To continue on with our guest speakers, I'm proud to welcome Mr. Thomas Marino, a former United States representative from Pennsylvania and former U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Pennsylvania. Mr. Marino, if you can address the Assembly.
I have a friend out in the audience by the name of Ashok Patel, who called me some time ago and asked if I would come here and speak. And after I thought about it and what he told me about what was going on, I said, certainly. But he failed to tell me it was a 4.5-hour drive for me from Williamsport, Pennsylvania to here. But at this point, it was a drive well worth it. When my wife and I drove up into the town, I said to her, how are we going to find this place? And she pointed over to the direction of the tower, and I said, I'm pretty sure that's it. And the closer we got to it, the more impressed I was, because first of all, I'm a little history buff when it comes to religion and architecture. And when we started to go through that beautiful, wonderful temple that our beautiful, intelligent guide took us through and explained what was taking place in the religious ceremonies and what the statues meant, I started to get a little something in my heart. And please forgive the glasses. I had some surgery. I'm not trying to be cool. If I wanted to be cool, I would have worn my aviators. But aside from that, our guide was just phenomenal, beautiful, intelligent, and being a member of Congress and seeing what I've seen over my career as a prosecutor, I have seen the worst of the worst. But if we could get into our hearts what I got today and take back to my community and tell my friends and relatives and my staff, you have to experience this incredible campus, this temple, but more so, not only from the beautiful structure, but from what your heart will observe and absorb as you're going through this. I always thought of myself to be a good person, but when as I'm leaving here, my heart is now telling me, be more compassionate, be more giving. Reach out to that neighbor that you never spoke to before. Give a hand to that kid that gets into trouble. Go to the nursing home. See the person that never gets any visitors. This has just been an extraordinary movement for me. And even though it's been a 4.5-hour drive, I want to thank Ashok for talking me into coming here, but also all the wonderful people that I got to meet here and in the temple and who have had a positive impact on my life when we leave here today. But I have one thought that I don't mean to be facetious about, but we know the troubles we're going through in Washington, D.C. I think it should be mandatory for every senator, every Congress member to come here and visit and go through this location. The United States would be a much better place, and so should the world. I thank you so much. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you, Mr. Marino, for sharing those wonderful words and how the Swaminarayan Akshardham has truly touched you. I'd now like to continue to honor the various guests that we have here. Please join me in warmly welcoming Mayor John Higdon to the stage, Mayor of Matthews, North Carolina. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarup Swami to welcome him with a garland of flowers and a memento. With an impressive background in aerospace engineering and a commitment to the community service, he brings a wealth of experience and a passion for making his community a better place. Mayor Higdon's involvement in various organizations, from the Boy Scouts to transportation planning, reflects his deep commitment to the well-being to his fellow residents. Mayor Higdon has brought a unique memento for His Holiness Pramukh Sai Maharaj. In the year 2000, Pramukh Sai Maharaj was gifted a key to the city of Matthews, North Carolina. It was one of the first keys presented to Pramukh Sai Maharaj. During the BAPS, or during Pramukh Sai Maharaj Shatabdi festivities in India, it was a request to display this key to everyone that was visiting. When the volunteers asked, the mayor's office indicated that there's a protocol that this key could not leave the city unless it was given to the person it was made for. When it was found out that Mahant Sai Maharaj would be in the city of Robbinsville, New Jersey, Mayor Higdon and his staff decided that they will break the protocol to bring His Holiness Mahant Sai Maharaj the key to Matthews, North Carolina. We thank you, Mayor Higdon, for sharing this key to the city of Matthew, and we thank you for your support. It's an honor to welcome State Representative Jonathan Fritz, serving Pennsylvania's 111th Legislative District. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarup Swami to honor him with a garland of flowers and a memento. Representative Fritz is known for his dedicated public service as both the mayor of Hansdale and Wayne County Commissioner. With a strong background in the private sector, Mr. Fritz focuses on supporting small business growth, bolstering the energy industry, and protecting local economies from excessive environmental regulations. We are very, very fortunate to have Representative Fritz here in today's assembly. It is with great enthusiasm that I welcome Mr. Thomas Anthony Marino, former United States Representative from Pennsylvania and former U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Pennsylvania. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarupswamy to garland Mr. Marino, as well as give a festival memento. Mr. Marino is known for trying all significant cases and tackling organized crime and drug trafficking. In Congress, he represented Pennsylvania's 10th and 12th districts for 4 terms, serving on key committees and served as the Vice President of NATO. Mr. Marino, we are very thankful for your presence here in today's assembly. Please join me in warmly welcoming State Representative Sulman Lalani of Texas. I'd like to request Pujya Anand Swarupswamy to honor him with a garland of flowers and a festival memento. A quadruple board-certified physician, he has been recognized for his excellence in geriatric medicine. He has held leadership roles in Alzheimer's Association and the Aga Khan Foundation of USA. Elected to represent the House District 76 in 2022, he is passionate about healthcare, education, and responsible resource management, aiming to improve the lives and well-being of Texans. Representative Lalani, we're very fortunate to have you in today's assembly.
Thank you, Kirtan Bhai, for recognizing our distinguished guests so far. I'd like to continue recognize the next group of guests, and I encourage everyone to give them all a round of applause as their names are called. To start, I'd like to recognize Nancy Pinkin, County Clerk for Middlesex County, New Jersey. Next, I'd like to call on Lisa Marotta, Mayor of Rocky Hill, Connecticut. Next, we'd like to recognize Marcia Caro, Mayor of Flemington, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to recognize Elsie Foster, Mayor of Highland Park, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to call on Chris Softner, Mayor of South Bound Brook. Next, we'd like to recognize Town Clerk for North Hempstead, New York, Ragini Srivastava. We'd also like to recognize Joyce Mehta, President of the South Brunswick Board of Education. Thank you for attending our festivities. We'll continue with recognizing Brian Monroe, member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, representing the 14th District. I'd like to request Puja Anand Swarupswamy to present Representative Monroe with a token of our appreciation. Next, we'd like to recognize Robert Karabinchek, member of the New Jersey State Assembly, representing the 18th District. Next, we'd like to call on Tim Briggs, member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives, representing the 149th District. Next, we'd like to recognize Tayfun Saleen, County Commissioner for Morris County, New Jersey. We'd like to recognize Brad Cohen, Mayor of East Brunswick, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to recognize the Mayor of North Brunswick, Mr. Francis McWalmack. Next, we'd like to recognize the Mayor of South Brunswick, Charlie Carley. Next, we'd like to recognize John A. Peterson Jr., the mayor of Seaside Park, New Jersey. Next up, we'd like to recognize Blaise Scabetta, mayor of Little Egg Harbor, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to recognize Paul Kanitra, mayor of Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to recognize Rajesh Mehta, council president in North Brunswick, New Jersey. Next, we'd like to recognize Jimmy Shaw, councilman in South Bound Brook. Next, we'd like to recognize Sivaraman Anbarasan, councilman in Franklin Township, New Jersey. He's the vice president of the council in Franklin Township, New Jersey, as well as the deputy mayor. And we'd also like to recognize Joe Battaglia, North Brunswick Police Chief. Let's all give all of our guests one final round of applause for coming here tonight and partaking in our festivities. Thank you to those who have visited us on multiple occasions. We sincerely appreciate your support and friendship. And for those of you who it's their first visit here to Akshardham, We thank you for accepting our invitation, and we hope you enjoyed your visit here today, and we hope to see you again on many, many more occasions, and we hope you bring the members of your respective townships here for a visit. Again, from all of us and the entire BAPS family, thank you so much, and Jai Swaminarayan.
Today, we express our profound gratitude to America for the opportunity it has provided to BAPS. We are grateful for the freedom to practice our faith, the warmth of the American people, and the support of the local communities where BAPS has established its presence. As we look back on these milestones and the incredible journey of collaboration and unity, we are fortunate to have been blessed with the presence of the sixth spiritual successor of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and also the current spiritual leader of BAPS, His Holiness Mahanta Swami Maharaj, who stands at the heart of all BAPS activities. Mahant Swami Maharaj embodies the values of humility, selflessness, and devotion that are so central to BAPS's teachings. His life is a living testament to these core principles. His teachings and guidance have illuminated the lives of countless and provided them with a sense of purpose and direction. Mahant Swami Maharaj's greatness lies in his service to humanity, his dedication to values, and his commitment to making America a better place. Let us now request His Holiness Mahanta Swami Maharaj to shower his wisdom upon us so that we may continue to grow and work together to create a brighter and more harmonious future for our nation. Swami Bapa, आप अपना दिव्य आशीर्वचन द्वारा हवे अमने लाभान्वित करो.
श्री स्वामीनारायण भगवान ने जय. अक्षर पुरुषोत्तम महाराज ने जय. गुणातीतान स्वामी महाराज ने जय. भगत जी महाराज ने जय. शास्त्री जी महाराज ने जय. योगी जी महाराज ने जय. प्रमुख साई महाराज ने जय. On this day of celebrating community, the respected officials of many places have graced this stage. Mayors, representatives, and other state officials. We welcome you all and extend our heartfelt thanks for accepting our invitation and visiting Luxembourg. I convey my deepest gratitude to all the communities and leaders who have supported us in making this Maha Mandir. Over many decades, BAPS Swaminarayan Mandirs have flourished in various communities in New Jersey. As we grew together, we also stand for each other. We understand each other's traditions, values, and beliefs. Together, we make our community better through diversity. योगी जी महाराज कहता है सूरत पढ़ो એટલે એકબીજાની ક્રિયા સમથી કરી લે સેવા એકબીજાની કરી લેવી. યોગી બાપા આખી જિંદગી સેવામાં જીવન વિતાવ્યું છે. એમની સેવા ચાખવા જેવી છે. અને એક intermingle and have respect for each other. એકબીજાની સેવા કરીએ. પ્રમુખ સ્વામી મહારાજ કહેતા સમ સદભાવ અને એકતાથી કાર્ય કરે તો ગમે તેવું કાર્ય હોય તેમાં સફળતા મળે. સ્વામી he downright tells us, Pramukh Sai Maharaj, if we do work unitedly, so we will have success, definite success. And બીજા પાસે સમની અપેક્ષા ન રાખે. આપણે બીજા પાસે સમની અપેક્ષા રાખીએ ચોકડી તમે હું શું કરી શકો આ સંપ વધારવામાં હું શું કરી શકું મારું વિચારું કે મારે સંપ રાખવો છે અને હું શું કરું જેથી સંબંધે. It is on your side. આપણે સંપદારું હોય અને વધારે ક્લોઝ આવું હોય do things from your own side. કે મારી સંપદારું so I should not demand from anyone else, but I should do things for myself. બીજા સમય અપેક્ષા ન રાખે પણ હંમેશા એવું વિચારવું કે મારે જ સંપ રાખવા છે અને હું શું કરી શકું જેથી સંપ વધે. સંપની આવી ભાવના હશે સંપને this type of attitude if we create then પણ હંમેશા સંપની આવી ભાવના હશે તો આપણા અંતરમાં આપણા ઘરમાં આપણા સમાજમાં અને આખા વિશ્વમાં શાંતિ 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 થઈ જાય. In this way, Akshardham teaches us to respect all, to be a good human and to serve humanity selflessly. If we practice these values, not only can we help each other as a community, but we can also contribute to each other's happiness. Once again, thank you to all the mayors, representatives, assembly members, and others who have given their valuable time to be with us today and have demonstrated their commitment to serve society. So that's it.
Let us all now join together and once again thank His Holiness Mahanta Swami Maharaj for his divine words of wisdom on unity and community. Moving forward in today's ceremony, we are fortunate to be launching 2 new publications. On July 4th, 2010, at the inaugural ceremony of the BAPS Swaminarayan Research Institute in Swaminarayan Akshardham in New Delhi, Pramukh Swami Maharaj articulated his vision for an academic journal. More than just a publication, it was imagined as a vibrant forum promoting deep intellectual exploration across a multitude of topics and fostering rich interfaith and intercultural dialogue. With the blessings of Mahant Swami Maharaj, this vision materialized into the publication of the BAPS Swaminarayan Research Journal. Shri Swaminarayan Bhagwan Ni Jai! Today's inauguration of its latest issue is not just a milestone for the BAPS. It is not just a milestone for the BAPS community, but a proud moment for Sanatan Dharma, as it represents a unified effort of BAPS scholarly pursuits both in India and internationally. Today, we are also proud to announce the launch of the BAPS Magazine's app. There is perhaps nothing in this world that matters more to us than our children. With every step we take, we wish only for them to grow, thrive, and burgeon into successful people, responsible human beings who carry forth themselves and their brethren. Our fellowship is just one of the many that works to empower our community's youth. One medium through which we inspire is literature. The Akshardham Youth Forum today is proud to announce a new application that brings our fellowship's flagship children's periodical into our pockets and onto our devices. I would like to request Pujya Brahma Setudas Swami, who is a Vedanta Acharya, to present this new app to His Holiness Mahant Swami Maharaj to inaugurate. Akshar Purushottam Maharaj Ni Jai! Swaminarayan Bal Prakash is a global kids magazine that helps 21st century children understand the Hindu faith's ancient teachings. It also helps our young ones celebrate their ethnic identity and fosters their holistic development. It achieves all this and more in a fun way by allowing kids to explore captivating tales, solve brain-teasing puzzles, participate in forums where kids speak to kids, learn real-life stories of child heroes, experience Mother India's rich history and holy pilgrimage sites, and read letters from Guru Hari Mahant Swami Maharaj and senior Swamis. Swaminarayan Bal Prakash in English and Gujarati is now available via subscription through the BAPS Magazine's app on iOS and Android. With this, we conclude today's celebration. Thank you all for joining. આપણા મોટા ભાગ્ય છે કે મહંત સ્વામી મહારાજે સભામાં પધારીને તેઓના દિવ્ય દર્શન આપીને અમને કૃતાર્થ કર્યા છે. હવે આપણે સ્વામીશ્રીને વિનંતી કરીએ કે નિજ નિવાસ સ્થાને પધારે.
you.